Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. It was a dramatic turning point. In 2008, while riding a horse on the side of an active volcano in Iceland, Stephen endured an accident so severe it nearly claimed his life. He broke his neck, multiple vertebrae fractured, and the doctors told him he faced a fatal injury. But by a miracle of biomechanics or fate, his spinal cord stayed intact. From that moment, he entered a period of physical paralysis, uncertainty, and existential confrontation. He recalls being told he should be dead, words that haunted him, but also forced him to reckon with survival itself. During that time, unable to do much physically, Stephen found himself searching for solace in small pleasures. Hallmark movies, with their gentle optimism, became one such refuge. He described how, in the hospital, he would watch Hallmark films and feel them perform a kind of soft therapy. These films offered a narrative of hope, people overcoming obstacles, love prevailing, order restoring itself. In the face of his own shattered body, he found in them a balm for his spirit. He observed that Hallmark stories dwell in a space between truth and fiction, just believable enough to matter, just simple enough to restore faith. Steve said, "It's about the pursuit of love, the attainment of love, that love can last." In his frail moments, those repeated storylines of kindness, sacrifice, reconciliation, gave him permission to hope again. But more than plot, Stephen was surprised by how professional, disciplined, and sincere Hallmark productions were behind the scenes. He admired how crews turned around entire movies in tight windows, how actors showed up ready to work, and how the ethos of respect and dedication persisted on set. In his own words, "You can't crank out a movie in 2 or 2.5 weeks unless everyone is serious, capable, reliable." In that, he saw something he desperately needed in recovery: people committed with craft, caring without hubris. Over time, Stephen's injuries and surgeries mounted. After the neck break, he underwent open-heart surgery. Through each setback, Hallmark films remained a touchstone, a place where he could rest, reflect, and emotionally rehabilitate. He emphasized that these movies weren't escapism so much as gentle restoration, not denying pain, but reminding the watcher that kindness, love, and purpose are worth believing in. He also underscored how healing requires more than physical repair. It demands narrative repair. He began to reframe his own story from victim of tragedy to survivor who reclaims meaning. The quiet rhythms of Hallmark's emotional arcs, broken hearts finding resolution, characters learning to trust again, gave him models for his own internal recovery. Stephen's deeper reflections suggest that trauma can cleave your life into before and after. Before, you act from a place of confidence, assuming continuity. After, every moment feels provisional, every body part suspect. But true healing demands bridging across that divide, not returning to what was, but building something new. He's described that fracture and rebuild in terms of being cut off from everything I could do physically, and then discovering what's left. That what's left for him included storytelling, reflection, and the small consolation of cinematic optimism. It wasn't always easy. Watching happy endings while your own body is failing can provoke sorrow, envy, even bitterness. But Stephen's journey reveals an important nuance. The power of mediated hope is not in denying darkness, but in carrying forward a belief that light exists, even if dim, even if delayed. Hallmark movies didn't cure his injuries. They didn't rewrite his medical chart. What they did was offer him a space to heal emotionally, to rehearse possibilities. Over time, his relationship with art and story shifted. He already was a prolific storyteller, actor, writer, podcaster, but his near-death made him insist that every story bear meaning. In interviews, he has said that after his accident, writing and telling stories became part of his therapy. Each time he revisited an event, he could reshape its weight in his life. He began viewing his life as narrative, not just chronology. His belief in Hallmark's craft also speaks to our hunger for stories that love us back. In a media ecosystem dominated by cynicism, conflict, extreme stakes, Hallmark's modest, hopeful gestures felt to Stephen like a refuge. In his fragile state, he didn't need grand spectacle, he needed assurance. that love is possible, that kindness can matter. When Stephen later joined a Hallmark production himself, such as Haul Out the Holly or Haul Out the Halloween, he got to see the machine from inside. He remarked how the cast and crew genuinely enjoyed working together, how laughter and camaraderie permeated the set, how morale mattered. He said, "Doing Haul Out the Holly was a hoot. We just had so much fun." And he noted a paradox. You have the commandment, the more fun you have doing a movie, the worse the movie will be. But with this we had fun and it was dear, it was terrific. In participating, he could feed back into the cycle of hope that had sustained him. His perspective challenges how we think about healing. We often see recovery as a battle of strength and willpower. But Tobolowsky's experience suggests healing is also relational, narrative, and symbolic. It needs images to rest on, stories to aspire toward, people to witness you. Sometimes the smallest, simplest stories become the scaffolding on which you rebuild yourself. As you listen to this, you might wonder, could a gentle film, a modest narrative, truly assist someone in profound suffering? For Stephen, the evidence lies in his survival, his renewed spirit, his insistence that cinema can hold us, not as distraction, but as companion. He gave credit, not for magic, but for a steady kindness that met him where he was broken. So if you ever find yourself wounded, physically, emotionally, spiritually, don't dismiss the small consolations. Light media, soft stories, consistent faith in possibility. They can serve as bridges across the void. And perhaps your own hallmark of healing awaits you in some form, quiet, unassuming, yet alive. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.